Mr. Hargrave here with all the tips and tricks you need to unlock Archangel free to play. I'm going to try to help you out as much as I can in this video. There's going to be timestamps down below. In this video, we're going to cover the teams that I used to get 1 million points on the test server. So I haven't tested this live yet, but I have all the test server footage. It should be about what is actually live in the game. Typically, they don't make a whole lot of changes, but they told me to say that, so I got to say that. You're going to get my first impressions of the Scourge, what I think of it, the tough spots, where you're going to need to build more than others. And we got plenty of time to work through this. So there's going to be a lot of videos on this channel about the Scourge. This is just like the initial information. This is going to help you get started on what you need to build, what you need to work on for the next couple of days so that you can get the maximum score, so you can get 1 million points, so you can unlock Archangel free to play. Hopefully, we're going to try to get you as close as possible. We're going to go over node 10. We're definitely going to go over node 10. We're going to check that out. I've saved that for this video. If you need more play, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and there's going to be more videos coming out in the next couple of days where I'm going to do playthroughs, probably do a very high Scourge run playthrough. We're going to do some strategies. We're going to theory craft a couple of strategies in this video as well. Timestamps down below. If you want to skip towards any of this stuff, if you need something in particular, timestamps are down below. We're going to go over beginner strategy, some Scourges, a plan for free to play new players, beginning players who you might not have some of this stuff. And then finally, what we're going to do is I'm going to test my Ravagers as much as I can. I have very weak Ravagers, and we're going to build them up incrementally, throwing caution to the wind because we're on the test server, so I can do whatever I want to these Ravagers. Doesn't hit my main account. That's a bonus. And we're going to test, like all the difficulties, ramping up, just trying to use 3 Ravagers, trying to really use the minimum. Because if you don't have any minions built, then I would suggest building Ravagers for this if you want to get into this on this run instead of waiting for the next run and seeing what happens. Because it looks like, as of filming right now, we're not getting anything extra in terms of minions. You got to use what you got. There's no reworks. There's nothing happening. So the best value is to build up the Ravagers, so that's why we're going to test them. Okay, enough of the introduction. Let's get into the video. Let's go over to the test server. So this is the test server. Everything's subject to change. It's probably going to be the same. This is a difficulty 8 run, and I've only put on 2 Scourges, the minion Scourges, the Scourges that make minions better. There's one more, but it wasn't quite working right. Zombified. I don't know, it was adding too many stacks of death proof. That might be fixed now, so we can test that out in this video as well. But mostly I put Rise Anew on here and Super Soldier Serum. Those just make your minions better, because that's what I wanted to find out in this run was like, will my Hydra work? Because this is what I suggest. I suggest that what you do here for minions is take whatever minions you have built up. If you got stars on them, if you have tier 4s on them, great. Whichever minions you have, whether it be Hydra, Aim, Shield, Ravagers, Hand, whatever you have built up, I think you're going to need them all around 100k. If you have 5 minions at 100k, you're good to go on difficulty 8, and you can progress with the plan that I've laid out here. If not, like I said, timestamps down below. We're gonna test 3 Ravagers, 3 minimum build, free to play build. So yeah, I don't recommend building Hydra. This is just what I did. I had Hydra built in my account. My alliance was early to the Gamma. We did the hardest Gamma. I was in the middle. So I built up my Hydra minions. I had a 7 red Skull. I have 6 red on Grenadier, 6 red on Hydra Guards. So I built up the Hydra minions, and I built them a little more on my main account and in this test server. Just keeping them, tier 15, level 80. And that's it. I might put a little extra power on my Grenadier. But anyways, they cut through this like butter. It was no problems whatsoever. No difficulty. Both nodes, not a challenge. So that's really good news. Like, nobody died. And Hydra's not great, right? It's not great, but it did just fine. I don't think minions are going to hold you back. So that's really good news. For the hero nodes, I just use Young Avengers because I've always said that Young Avengers hold great value in Scourge. So I just use my Young Avengers. I cut right through both hero nodes. No sacking required. This is on difficulty 8. No Scourges. So I don't know how that's going to go. I'll have other videos about that. And then I just did War Dogs. I did straight up War Dogs on node 5. Man, as soon as Black Panther got 1 kill, he just ripped right through the node. Like, this was nothing. Like, it was ridiculously easy. This is going to be difficult, and this is going to be the hard part, is non-legendary mutant. And there's not much I can do to help you if you don't have a deep roster of mutants. Now, I was able just to use this team of Psylocke, Gambit, Beast, Magic and Storm. And guys, Magic and Storm is really good. I'm giddy about it because I have them. Like, I didn't do this for the test server. I have Magic and Storm at tier 16 on my account. It was one of the last things I did before they announced Sagas was build Magic and Storm to tier 16. I was like, and as soon as Sagas hit, I was like, oh God, I messed up so bad. I shouldn't have done that. I'm so happy now. It's so great. So Magic, what she does is she gives everybody drain. So like they have great sustain. Actually, this team is fantastic. I would actually highly recommend this team. Can I recommend it to new players? No. Can I recommend it to veterans? Hell yeah. Veterans, like, guys, if you got this, this is really going to help you get a big score on this thing because this just cuts right through. The good news is it's not very difficult. The non-legendary mutant section, the waves aren't that bad. And yeah, this team works phenomenally well. You even have the trick here where Storm will not lose her charges when she does her special if Beast is a partner. She gets so many charges too because she has Magic giving her all the charges. And then Beast gives her double charges whenever she uses her basic. So you can really charge up Storm and basically just destroy the second node with her ultimate and not even have to play it. So yeah, this is a really good team. It was really, really easy. Now the legendary section was the only section where I actually lost and had to restart just because I wasn't playing it quite right. Ebony Maw didn't do anything, by the way. That was pointless. It's pretty much your Horseman and Omega Red that are going to carry that. You can probably just use the Horseman. Omega Red was a bit superfluous. I didn't really need him there. It was more about the Horseman, and you got to watch out for Zombie Iron Man. Zombie Iron Man on this node is nasty because he will make your Red Hulk eat the rest of your team. So you got to really watch out for that. And I was able to hold Red Hulk's ultimate for the second node. And so when I started the second node, I hit Red Hulk's ultimate and it was pretty much over with from there. Once again, Jubilee did nothing. She was pointless. Like if you just have Horsemen, if you have Morgan Le Fay, Red Hulk, and Rogue powered up, you're good to go. Once again, new players, if you don't have a really big Morgan Le Fay, Red Hulk, and Rogue, which you probably don't, you're not going to go through this. There's no other legendary that can handle this. These nodes are tough. These nodes are stacked. They know you have amazing legendary characters at your disposal, at least us veterans. And they've made it that way. So this is going to be a hard wall for new players. You're just not going to get past that. New players are basically going to have to focus on the first 5 nodes, which is what I've been telling new players for a long time anyways. And we're going to try to work out some strategies on what I would suggest for Scourges. And we'll test that out a little bit in this video. And then there'll be other videos that I'll release during the week that get more into that as well. Okay, so now we have the final node. You can use Wakandan or Bionic Avengers on this. I haven't played this yet. I don't need it. As you can see, the run score is already 1 million. I collected the rewards. I have Archangel unlocked on this account. I don't know. I don't really care. It's the test server, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let's just do Mission 10 live. I'm going to start it off with Bionic Avengers as a SAC team and then see if I can clean it up with War Dogs. Because I figure that's the best way to go, because if you can get somebody really weak, then you can come in here with War Dogs and as long as someone's really weak, you can get that first kill with Black Panther and then basically just destroy the entire node. So I think the SAC team is going to be Bionic Avengers and then War Dogs. You might even just be able to go in with Wakanda or War Dogs and then clean it up. or clean it up. You could go the reverse way, War Dogs into Bionic Avengers, or maybe just beat it with War Dogs. They're really, really good. So you might not even need to do this sack attack. I'm just going to do it because I have no idea how this node is going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just start this way, and let's just see what it does. I mean, who knows? Maybe Bionic Avengers beats it. My Bionic Avengers is pretty weak. I don't have a lot of tier 4s in them. They're doing fine on the 3.4. This is insane. Bionic Avengers are so good. This Bionic Avengers right here, under 900K, is one-shotting the first and almost the second node of the 3.4 Doom raid. So Bionic Avengers, an extremely strong raid team. Let's see if it's a good Scourge team. I was really happy with how War Dogs handled the first node in this Scourge. They did amazing. And really, it was just getting that first kill with Black Panther where it all just dominoed from there. He just went nuts. Once again, this is the test server. This is the playtest server. Everything here is subject to change. The nodes could change. The enemies can, it's probably what you're looking at. It's probably what it is. All right, I shrank that down a little bit. And let's see. I guess we're going to start off with Deathlock's special. Gotta forgive me. I do not play this team enough. I'm on the right side of the Doom raids, so I really don't get to use Bionic Avengers very much. I might just die a horrible death here. There wasn't, man, this opening wave is tough. Okay, ultimate from Vision. That goes off. That did a lot of damage. My God, we almost have like half of this wave dead just from that. And now I got to pick, I'm going to pick back row because I want to blind Gambit. I think that's really, really important because Gambit will eat your team alive. He's blind, so he's not going to do that damage to me. I got vulnerables on Red Guardian, so I'm going to target him with Hulkbuster. He's going to give some barrier to my team. Great. That's going to help me survive. I am going to ultimate with Iron Man into Echo because I want her dead. She's not going to take a turn. My God, Bionic Avengers are so good. I got a Rogue. I got to focus everything I got on Rogue. And it already looks like this is going to be a really easy cleanup. God, node 5 and 10 are not a big deal. Hit the ultimate with Iron Man. Rogue's already built this ability block. Squirrel Girl, because she could be a problem. She could be but I mean, I'm just destroying this. I have another ultimate. Let's hit, or another ability block. Let's hit Sunfire with it. I don't want Sunfire to do anything, so let's ability block him out. And let's go back over to, Squirrel Girl and get rid of her. She only has one ability block. Rogue actually has 2 stacks of ability blocks, so I'm really not worried about her getting anything going. All right, we're going to aim at Rogue. She's really important to kill. If I can get rid of her, then I might just be able to do this with straight Bionic Avengers, which would be cool. I think War Dogs would also eat this alive, especially on difficulty 8 with no Scourges. I mean, that's actually pretty high. Normally, I do these 1 million point runs on difficulty 7, but that's another thing I've noticed about this Scourge is that it's really easy. This feels like the easiest Scourge. It comes down to having the teams built. Like, you might just not have the teams built. The hardest part of this is the legendary section. And yeah, if you don't have the Horsemen, you're just really not getting through that. So if you haven't done the other Scourges at a high level, you're probably just not going to be able to do the Death Scourge on its first iteration, but eventually you'll be able to get it. All right, let's hopefully get Squirrel Girl out of here before her turn. I really don't want her to heal, but there goes Deathlock. Wow. Bionic Avengers still, no one's died, and we're just, Rogue got off her stun. All right, so we're going to have to come back in here with War Dogs, but they're going to have a really easy time clearing this. Beautiful, actually. And this is a really weak Bionic Avengers. Okay, his special is unavoidable. I'm going to go ahead and just pop that. Very nice. Man, that Rogue. This Rogue is, on a high Scourge runs, this Rogue is going to be a nightmare. Yeah, my Bionic Avengers just don't have the damage to get through her. Is this unavoidable? Cannot be blocked or dodged, but it's not unavoidable. I can't unibeam through her, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. We may as well go ahead over here and I'm losing this. I'm gonna have to come back in with War Dogs, but it's okay. It's gonna be easy enough. Oh, they all have dodge. Cannot be blocked or dodge. Okay, does this work even when they're dead? I guess we're going to find out. Let's see if I can kill Kate right here. Nope, they got to be alive. They have to be alive. It doesn't work if they're dead. So, okay, come back in with the War Dogs. Let's clear this out. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to theory craft out what kind of Scourges you're going to run if you don't have all these teams that I talked about. Because it's great if you got all these teams that I have. As a veteran player of 4 years, that is great. You know, then you can just do what I did, get your 1,000,000 points, and you're good to go. However, if you are the other 99% of players, you know, let me try to help you out and give you some of the benefit of my experience of playing this game. And hopefully I can tell you what to do. Now, my War Dogs did get a bit beat up, especially the new ones here, Nakia and Black Panther BC. But with this, it's just a rogue. All I gotta do is kill this rogue. So this should be pretty easy. So yeah, I like opening with, I think opening with Bionic Avengers makes sense because you take so much damage on. You might be able to put like Killmonger and M'Baku out there and eat some of that and then come in with a Bionic Avengers and do even better. But I don't know. Let's see. I have a Disrupt. And I think I'm going to just try to put it on Rogue. All right, I got the Disrupt on Rogue. That's going to help out. So she's not going to get any buffs. Since she has Vulnerable and my Black Panther BC's a Striker, I'm going to hit her with the ultimate. And that's going to do some really good damage. Oh, very nice. I have this big ultimate with Okoye into defense down. That's a 7 red Okoye, and Rogue is out of here, and this is over. That's it. Really easy. That's my overall take home from this Death Scourge. Really easy. This is the easiest one, but you got to have the teams. Having the teams is the hard part. Building for this is really tough because minions, non-legendary mutant. I know there's a lot of players out. You don't have that stuff. So setting aside those resources for it. But there you go. So this was, 1.1 million point run. I mean, that's probably in the top 10, top 20%. If you can do this, you're going to be like top 20% right there. All right, let me go ahead and work this out. I'm going to put an edit in here, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about the strategy for just hitting the first 5 nodes. If you don't have the mutants, right? Which you probably don't have. Let me see what we can do and then see if like these weak minions can handle it. All right, so I've been poring over this in the time in between this edit. And this is probably what we got to try to do is run difficulty 8 with like upwards of over 200 points of Scourge, right? Some of the Scourges that I think you can handle that aren't as bad as other ones are not so fast. When a non-minion player gains ability energy, apply slow to them. That one's not too bad. Gloating, when any player character dies, enemies gain 2 ability energy. You got to take that one off if you're going to do sack teams. But I didn't use any sack teams when I did my clean runs, so I'm hoping we don't have to use them here, but we might have to pull that one off. It's low point, so it probably wouldn't matter too much. Unkillable, when an enemy drops below 50% health, they gain death proof. That's not so bad. Life after death, but we might have to pull it off depending on how zombified works. On an enemy healer's death, enemies gain regen. That's really shouldn't be a problem. When an enemy character gains ability energy, they gain offense up. No worries. When a player character uses their special, they get ability blocked. I've never had a problem with that one. I highly recommend running that. When non-minion player characters gain offense up or defense up, they get heal blocked. That one's nasty, but we can probably overcome it. This one we might have to get rid of. When a non-minion player character's health drops below 50%, they apply trauma to them. That can be overcome. That one can be overcome. On a striker's turn, they gain 5% barrier and flip offense down. I think we can handle it. Usually the ones that are specific to classes aren't that bad. When non-minion player character's healing is reduced by 20%, it sucks, but we can get over it. While ability blocked, enemy characters gain 50% of damage, critical damage, crit chance, and speed. I don't think that's a big deal. I really don't. Number one, don't use teams that don't rely on ability block, or it mainly messes with Bionic Avengers. This is mainly going to mess with Node 10, but We're not doing node 10, so I don't care. Non-minion player characters, special and ultimate abilities cost 1. Always use this. This is not a big deal. It's negligible. You won't even notice it. When a non-minion player character takes damage, they gain minor bleed. Minor bleeds aren't really a big deal, but we might have to get rid of it. Then we got a fortifier thing here. Fortifiers gain taunt. And when fortifier characters use ultimate abilities, it spreads positive effects to adjacent characters. You just really got to take out the fortifiers. I mean, you're just going to be trying to kill people as fast as possible anyways. Zombification. On spawn and on turn, enemies gain death proof. This is the one that might not work. What was happening was when enemies were getting just 1 stack of death proof, they were getting revived once. So we're going to test this. If hopefully this will work properly when this is on the live server. But yeah, if this is bugged when it comes out, then you can't use it. I wouldn't give everybody revive once. That's going to be really hard to overcome. But enemies getting 5 stacks of death proof should be pretty rare. I mean, we'll test it out. We'll see. Rise anew. On their turn, minions flip negative effects. That's great. We're going to use that to help out our minions. Super Soldier Serum we're going to use. And here's actually another one. I should have used this on my 1 million point run. I would recommend this. On spawn, all minions gain revive once. Yeah, throw that one on. Give your minions revive once. And then finally, we're going to go ahead on enemy turn. They gain minor offense up. Minor offense up, just not a big deal. All right, so here it is. My hope is that I can clear 5 nodes and then we don't have to talk about minions. We don't have to talk about legendary characters. I know that this is still going to be a hurdle to overcome. If you run this on difficulty 7, you're probably not going to get 1,000,000 points. So just by doing the first 5 nodes. So you're probably going to have to kick it up to difficulty 8. Let's see if my Hydra can handle the minion nodes. And if they can't, you know, we might have to build up Ravagers and throw them at this. Try Ravagers at lower levels as well with the Scourges turned on, because I think you're going to have to run these Scourges. All right, here's my Hydra here. It's only, you know, just a bit over 600k power. Let's see how it holds up. It's really easy with no Scourges. And a lot of these Scourges either make them stronger or don't affect them. So I'm hoping it goes about the same. I'm thinking just the team of 3 Ravagers is probably more effective than Hydra. So yeah, the thing is that Hydra, the minions get a lot of health and the enemies do not have a lot of health. We did have a death there. So it was good we had that revive once on there. They're kind of hitting like wet noodles. All right, we're going to heal up here. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and edit. I'm going to let you know how this goes, but I'm not going to sit here and put all this in the video because I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad or whatever. So, all right, we're going to transition and yeah, zombification still bugged on here. So I got to pull that one off. However, I would suggest using that one if it works as written when this goes live. Like I said, test server, man, subject to change. Anyways, I got to pull that off because, yeah, when they were just getting 1 stack of death proof, they were getting revived once. My team was doing fine. My team was actually hanging in there just fine, but I could tell it was just making it so much harder than it would have been otherwise. I'm going to pull that off and let you know how it goes. So yeah, Hydra is still cutting through this like a knife through butter. It's actually absurdly easy. The buffs that the minions have are really, really good. I don't think it's anything specific about Hydra. I think any minion squad that's built up around these levels, like 100k per minion, just isn't really going to have a problem because all the debuffs that get thrown on them, they just flip them on turn. It actually makes them even better. No one has died. They have revive once on them. So if they do die, they're coming back. It's really easy, everybody. This is not a big deal. When this was announced, people were freaking out. Maybe people are still freaking out. Maybe you still think this is unreasonable. I find this to be I think this is fun. I think it's cool to see my minions just tear up, these characters. This is a good time. Honestly, I'm enjoying this. I think it's fun. It's super easy. It's interesting. And yeah, the first node is gone to like, yeah, I can't even see myself. I've actually built my Hydra on my main account up. I've been working on them and I don't think I needed to do that. That's just something I'm doing for fun. Like maybe I can push even more Scourges because I have built them up to these crazy levels. But most people, and we'll test Ravagers out. That's going to be a part of this video. I really do want to come in here and kind of just test the team of 3, just taking 3 Ravagers and seeing how much use we can get. Because I got them at very low levels, so I'm in a unique position where I can really see how far they can make it. Maybe even with all these Scourges on too. Really test them out. Really put them through their paces. No tier 4s on them, so I can apply those as needed. But yeah, here's the second node. And these opening salvos are pretty rough. Probably want to get rid of Vulture here. And yeah, they're just really hanging in there. Yeah, they just clear all the debuffs. I mean, Hydra in particular is nice. Would I tell other people to build Hydra? I mean, there's no use for Hydra. There's no point in this. Like, this isn't going to do me any favors in any other part of the game. But like I said, I literally just had this. I didn't build this for the Scourge. This isn't some grand strategy of mine or Hydra agenda. It's just literally what I had on my account already. He had revive once. I'm not really sure where that came from, but not a big deal because we're just really not dying ourselves. Okay, I'm going to do another edit here and I'll let you know how the second node went after I'm done with it. Okay, here's the final wave on the second node. And then, yeah, once again, little harder than the first node, but yeah, no real challenges here. Just cutting through like a knife through butter. Hey, who knows? Maybe it's just the power of Hydra, but I think it's really just due to the way they've set this up with the buffs and everything. It's just really, really super easy. I'm actually not looking forward to the rest of this. I think this was going to be the easiest section. If you got the minion squad built, you're going to cruise right through this. Throw the Scourges on, doesn't matter. Let's see how many points we got just from that, because I do feel that that's the easiest part. And I'm kind of curious what that leaves us. I think that was like 500,000. Yeah, it's 500,000. 500,000 after 2 nodes. So yes, if I can just get down the next 2 nodes, that's great, man. We can get a 1,000,000 point run. This is truly an exploit. So throw these Scourges on here. Let me show you the list of Scourges again. Not so fast. Gloating, 271 points of Scourge. Unkillable, Life After Death, Overcharge, Too Clever, Off Balance, The End Is Near, Unstoppable Force, Weakened, I Don't Need Skills, Power Fatigue, 3, Leader 2, Butterfly Effect, Look at Me, Rise Anew, Super Soldier Serum, Undead Swarms, Vile Resurgence 2. If you run that, if you got minions to beat the first 2 nodes, and you can throw all of the heroes in your roster at the next 2 nodes, if you can beat that, you unlock Archangel. It's just that easy. All right, let me go ahead and try these next 2 nodes with Young Avengers and see if Young Avengers are good enough to take it down. If they're not, I mean, you could just, I think War Dogs are probably even better on this than Young Avengers, but let's see if we can take down Node 5 for some extra points. I used Young Avengers on this when I was doing no Scourges. Let's see how this works. I mean, but you have so many options out there. I mean, you have Eternals, you have Spider Weaver. There's all this OP stuff out there. Kestrel. I mean, you can just throw. Like, I think I'm good on the video right now. Like, you have enough information now. You can go out and get your 1,000,000 points. As long as you have some minions built. There's going to be an investment in minions. But past that, if you can just take down the hero nodes, are good to go. All right, let me know. I'll let you know how this goes. All right, so Young Avengers are not doing too hot with the amount of Scourges that I have on right now. I mean, they're doing good. And if I was willing to sit here and run this for like the perfect run, I could probably get through. But I don't really want to do that, for the purposes of this video, because I think I've shown you what you need to see. Like, Young Avengers are going to do half of this node. And maybe you can do more of this depending on how big your Young Avengers are. Or whatever hero squad you throw together. But I'm confident that you out there can put together a hero squad and get through these 2 nodes and get your 1,000,000 points. Let's go ahead and, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to throw War Dogs at this. Because I think War Dogs are good enough that you might just be able to clear a couple of nodes with them. Like, let's just see. Because as far as beginner players go, most players in this game should have Young Avengers and War Dogs. You have access to it, or you had access to it, you know, if you were just here for the events that were going on. If not, you might have Straight Wakanda. Straight Wakanda might even work better than War Dogs. But let me just throw it at this. I know we should save them for the 5th node. I mean, you could just use Bionic Avengers on the 5th node. You can use Bionic Avengers here as well because they're all heroes. Yeah, they're all heroes. You can use Bionic Avengers on all 3 nodes too. Depending on what you have in your roster, what you built. All right, I got to watch out for Taskmaster. But let's see. I like that they're already sacked because Black Panther can really just come through here and just wreck house. I'm going to open up with the special on Black Panther BC. I just kind of love this team in general. It's just so much fun to play. And let's go with Okoye on the other side to throw out some defense down and kind of chain through here. We're getting Squirrel Girl dead. All right, this is going to be so much fun. So here it is. Black Panther, kill chain. Let's go. All he has to do is just get going. He can just basic through this entire thing. And just killing as he goes. This is why I love War Dogs. This is why I said they're going to be the Scourge team to deal with. Oh, that's right. I gave out energy and that's the Scourge that I have going. But still, it doesn't even really matter that much. They just kind of ran with it. They took the debuffs, but they were fine. I got to deal with the Mr. Negative. I actually kind of like Mr. Negative being here because Black Panther can just destroy his summons and feed off of them. We're taking some damage, but we're doing okay. I think there's probably a couple Scourges here that I would take down off of this run to make it a little bit easier on myself for this. But we are making through it. It could have been better. It was going better at a certain point, and then it kind of went downhill. Like, I don't know which one of these Scourges kicked in, but one of these Scourges kicked in that gave me just like a ton of debuffs. And then everything started falling apart. If I could have kind of kept that momentum going with Black Panther, probably could have made it a little further. But that's okay. We're going to work this out on my main account. Let's just get through this node if we can. And then just using 2 teams, we'll have made it through 1 node. All right, here we go. Black Panther coming through. Get T'Challa out of here with the combo. And there it is. All right, we got the node down. Probably wouldn't recommend doing it that way, but there it is. This is why you just have to throw your whole hero roster at it. You know, whatever you got unlocked. Might have to move it down to difficulty 7. I think if you move it down to difficulty 7, you're only going to get 500,000 points doing like the first 4 nodes. But yeah, then all you got to do is get 1 more node done. All right. I think I've shown enough here on the test server to help you get through this. I'm trying to get this video out quickly. So this is going to hit as soon as this goes live. And I'm going to be live on Twitch, probably right when the Scourge goes live as well, doing runs, showing as much stuff as I can. So like I said, like and subscribe, check out the videos on the channel. There's probably going to be one tomorrow and one the day after on even more strategies on how to get through these. We'll optimize this. But yeah, this is the general short of it. Difficulty 8. I don't know, you probably only need about 200 points of Scourge on here. You can probably drop some of the nastier ones off and still get the 1,000,000 points. And there you go, depending on your power levels, depending on what you got. In this game, though, right now, I got to recommend beginners. Go narrow, not wide. A narrow roster is going to do you more favors than a wide roster. All right, speaking of narrow, let's test out these Ravagers. Okay, I moved the difficulty down to level 4 because my Ravagers are starting off super weak. Like my Ravager Boomer's pathetic. It's 3 red stars. He's level 65. Let's see. They recommended tier 11 for this. I believe they're all tier 12. Let's just see. You can run this with just 3 Ravagers. Everyone was looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I think just the 3 Ravagers can do it, guys. They're like, well, who's the 2 other ones? I'm like, I don't really think you need 2 more. I think you can do it with just 3 Ravagers. Let's find out. This is the 3 Ravager method. I'm going to patent this. Let's see if they can handle it. I think they can handle it. I mean, look at their health bar in relation to the enemy's health bar. They're already starting off good. They're already starting off super, super good. All right, yeah, let's kill Blob. I'm just going to go for the kills. That's probably the best idea. I still got the same amount of Scourges on that I had on the other run. I want to hit the maximum amount of people. I'm going to aim over here with Boomer. That's a weak Boomer. Can he handle it? I actually like it when they throw debuffs on because on turn, those all become positive. We do get the revive once. They got death proof, so I got to double tap them. I mean, look, this isn't fun. My Hydra team was way more fun than this, but they're not dying. Like, you can't kill these guys. They're still going. All right, there's Doctor Strange. Yeah, dude, I think you can do this. All right, I'm going to edit this and we'll come back. I'll give you my verdict. Oh my God. So they're doing it. So they're absolutely doing it. Like, no problems whatsoever. There was never a close moment. There's never a moment to worry. These 3 Ravagers are just cutting right through this. I'm only going to be testing the first node for this. Maybe when we get, I don't know, maybe we go a little further, I'll do the second one. But like, yeah, this is easy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the difficulty up and see if they hold up. I'm going to take them up to the point where they break. And then at a certain point here, I'm going to put some resources into them and we'll run it again. And I'll show you where they're at. In fact, let me go ahead and show you where they're at right now. So that's difficulty 4, no issues whatsoever. Just destroyed them. Oh yeah, here they are right here, actually. Here, let me see if there's a better look at them. Under 70K. Bruiser and Stitcher are just about 69, 67K. And Boomer, literally 47K. Like the weakest Ravagers possible. And let's go ahead and do a new run. And let's move it up to difficulty 5. Suggested gear tier 13. And I think it's safe to put a little more on Ravagers. Like, we know we had to have, our Hydra up to these levels. So here's what my Hydra was at for the rest of this. 85 on Grenadier. Nothing above tier 15. Scientist, Armor Guard, Sniper, Rifle Trooper, right? And they did difficulty 8. They did difficulty 8. So let's go ahead and go to Ravagers. Let's go ahead and go to Ravagers here. And let's put a little power on. They're all 65. And I don't even have their ISO maxed out. All right, let me edit here and I'll put a little bit of power on them, especially ISO. Let's get the ISO classes. I think these are the classes that I want to do. Our healer, fortifier, striker, but you might want to change that up. I don't really know. Okay, I gave them a little boost there. Let's try them like this because I felt like they were just really under-leveled before. I'm glad we got to see them that way, but they were a little under-leveled before. I really don't want to put tier 4s on them. And I know some of their tier 4s are actually quite good, but tier 4s are still so rare at this game, even at my level where a lot of things have become not as rare. I just really don't want to put tier 4s on them. I think ISO green up to level 5. If this is your only minion squad, if you're doing this just for the Death Scourge, and this is probably really a lot, this is something you're going to want to know, right? So I'm glad I'm making this video. I'm glad I can show this to you. I'm happy I have access to this test server so I don't have to do this on my own account because I got no use for these guys. I think my Hydra is going to be fine, but this is the team that's going to hold value because the Ravager team is actually a good team in the end game. You can use this in Cosmic Crucible, in Scourges, in War. It has some uses where all the other minion teams, zero use, no use. At least the Ravagers do have some point to them. Okay, so yeah, tier 13, ISO 5, and level 70. I think once we get up to level 75, that's like a different class. Then we're putting blue ISO on them, and it's kind of a next level, which we might test as well. But let me test like this level, which I think is kind of a beginner level. If you just want to go get Archangel, if you want to get it, because you got to have some kind of minions to get into this. This is only 3 minions. You know, this is the cheapest team you can run because you don't have to build 5 of them. You literally just run the 3. You don't need anybody else. There's no temptation to do that. I'm telling you, you don't need it. At least that's what I'm trying to tell you. All right, let's go for it. 3 minions, 200k power, 221k power. 3 red stars on Boomer, no tier 4s. I'm curious how this is going to look. And we got to kick I think we're going to need to kick the difficulty up. I think they're going to kick this difficulty in the pants. I don't think we're going to have a problem on this. I think we're going to turn that slider up. I want to get us back up to difficulty 8. I'm curious if we can even, I'm curious what we need to go up to difficulty 10 on this team. Quite honestly, this is so easy. You might be able to load the Scourges up and get a high score just from the first 2 nodes. I kind of want to find out. I'll push it. Let's go for it. Let's do it for the content, baby. All right, I'm just going to aim into, whoa, that was strong. That was so much. This is such a different experience than I just had with the super weak. Like Stitcher just ramped up like crazy. He's one-shotting now. Damn, they're so much better when they can one-shot. That's disturbingly strong. Like, whoa. This is so much easier just with this mild investment. We're going to have to turn up the difficulty slider for sure. All right, let me add it to the end of this. All right, I'm actually super confident in this team. I just put it on auto because I'm really just testing the first node. I think if you can get through the first node, you can get through the second node. I don't really see too much difference in it whatsoever. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that'll turn out to be false, but I don't know. I'm feeling pretty confident about it because they just don't die. Like they're just super, super stable and I'm just not worried about it whatsoever. So I'm happy letting this run on auto so that I can kind of talk while I'm doing it and you can kind of see what's happening here. What you can see is happening is that their health bars don't go down. The enemies are taking some time to kill, not that much time to kill, but it's really just not a problem. I'm not stressed out about it. They all have revive once still on them. Nobody has died. They're not coming close to dying. It's taken them a little bit to chop through this. I think we can just move the difficulty slider up and try the next difficulty with these tier 13, no tier 4 Ravager minions. Just the 3 of them. I'm pretty confident that they can go up another difficulty level. Yeah, I can't say I'm really worried about this whatsoever. This is pretty simple. I forget which difficulty we're on right now, but we are crushing it. My God, these guys are good. And yeah, it's really that whenever they get debuffs, they just flip them into buffs. So that's such an OP ability that it's really hard to kill them with that. And yeah, they just went right through it. I think the only difference is how long it's going to take you. Because I don't think you can kill them. It's really hard to kill these guys unless you can one-shot them. So yeah, that's difficulty 5. All right, let's kick this up to difficulty 6 and give that a shot. All right, now it's suggesting tier 15. Let's see if gear tier 13 can take down what supposedly needs gear tier 15. Launch it again, just the 3 minions. I'm not changing any of their powers yet. The next thing I'm going to do is I'll kick them up to 75, which I think is going to be gear tier 14. And then we'll do blue ISO 3, which is also going to give them a nice little boost as well. I don't think it's going to be a crazy boost, but we really do need to make up for the lack of stars on Boomer. I think most people, if you're planned on this, you probably put 4 red stars on them. Once again, still not really dying. They're still holding up. All right, I'm going to play this. I'm going to keep playing it for now. And then at a certain point, I'm going to go ahead and put auto. I think once I get down to the second wave, I like to go for the kills. If you can just kill the guys, that's the best way to do it and get rid of the threat. That's usually what I try to do on Scourges. All right, I'm going to edit here. I'll come back at the end once I get through this wave and let you know if this worked. So yeah, I've just been sitting here. It's on auto. I mean, it takes time, but it works. There's no issues with it. They can make it through. It looks like there's no problems. Yeah, guys, all this fear about the minion section, you can literally put tier 13 on 3 minions. The Ravagers, the best minions in the game. These are the best. This is it. And it was obvious. Like, this isn't even news, right? We all know that the most recent minion team is the Ravagers. These 3. This is it. And here it is. You just hit it. You literally put the game on auto, step away, and in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, you're going to beat a node. Then do the same thing for the second node, and then on to the hard part of the Scourge, right? Which isn't that hard. Hero is pretty easy too. Literally every hero in the game. There's a lot more heroes than villains, and they're OP. So I don't know, guys. A lot of misplaced rage in the community on this game and on this Scourge in general. Like, I know there's a lot of genuine stuff to be mad about, but this Scourge, dudes, like, wait for it to happen. Calm down. Try to maintain some chill sometimes. All right, let's move up the difficulty again. I'm really curious now, man. Tier 13. All right, let's go to difficulty 7. Suggested gear 16 plus. They can't do this, can they? You can run tier 13. You can run 3 tier 13 Ravagers on difficulty 7, dude. Some people got to put some apologies out on some of this rage they put out there, dude. I'm sorry. This is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to be getting that upset. Like, oh, you're screwing the community. Oh, shit, man. Come on. Come on, dude. Like, let's get real, dude. Like, whoever made this, I don't know. I don't know how it originally was designed or what. I'm just going to stick this on auto from the start. Look, you got to be, they can't do this, right? All right, look. All right, Boomer's starting to get tore up. Are they going to kill him? No, man. Stitcher's keeping him alive. It's actually great when Doctor Strange hits him with the debuffs because they all flip him. I don't know. I don't know if this was the original intention to make it this easy, but I mean, like, these guys are unkillable. Dude, these guys are unkillable. Like, literally, I think I was having more problems with my Hydra. I mean, that's an outdated team. They didn't get a recent rework, so they do kind of suck, man. Ravagers are like tearing this up. They got all this great rework on them. Good stats and holy crap. All right, I'm going to put an edit in here because this is probably going to take 5-10 minutes. But oh my God, tier 13. No tier 4s. These guys are fine. 3 minions. This is one of the easiest Scourge requirements. This is as easy as like the villain section. Villain was cake. But for the villain section, you had to have Agatha and Morgan Le Fay and Doctor Strange Heartless. I mean, those characters are hard to get. Dude, everybody's got their Ravager minions, right? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem that bad at all. Jesus. All right. Well, all right. I'll put an edit here, but this is fine. Once again, tier 13, it's fine. It's just rocking right through. Blowing my mind. I didn't even foresee this. This is crazy. And it's like over 200 points of Scourge on here. It's like all this. I almost want to just throw all the Scourges on and see if I can. I want to see what it takes to kill the Ravagers at this point. We're going to difficulty 10 with tier 13 Ravagers. If that happens, that's crazy. That's absolutely bonkers. Nuts. Hey, subject to change. Maybe this is all different on the actual game. This is the test server. Maybe they made it easy on the test server. Hey, you guys want to put your tinfoil hats on? Want to spawn a conspiracy? Oh, they made it easy for you envoys to try to shove it down our throat. For when it really hit the game, it was. Hey, let me know down in the comments. Is the minion section really super hard? Are you challenged by this? Because this is ridiculous. This is absolutely absurd. I'm just talking through it. Look, it's actually playing out. I feel like I'm winning more somehow on this difficulty level. This was taking longer on the lower difficulty level. I have no idea. It makes no sense. This is insane. I am actually like legitimately getting bored watching this. It is so easy. Like, here it is. We're almost done with the node and I'm just like, finish it already. Awesome, man. Awesome. I cannot wait to actually kick the difficulty up another level and see how far we can get with tier 13 Ravagers. Like, this is just stupid in my opinion, like how easy this is. I mean, great. Great. The, tier 13, 3 Ravagers, and you can just destroy this Scourge. Now we're getting into like a high point run. We're doing like a high point run with tier 13 Ravagers. Like literally every player in the game doesn't need more than tier 13 Ravagers. All right, new run. All right, we're starting to get into real difficulties here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's difficulty 8. Here's difficulty 8. I was using a full squad of Hydra on this at like 100k a piece. And we're going to go, this has got it. This can't work. I'm going to be like almost upset if this works. I mean, good for the community, but oh my God, this is ridiculous. 200k Ravagers. All right, let's go. Let's go tier 13. Tier 13, over 200 points of Scourges. I'm sticking it on auto. I'm not even going to play it. I'm not going to play it. I refuse to play it. I refuse to dignify this with my actually touching buttons. All right, here we go. Auto. Come on, kill him. I'm like rooting for the enemies. I'm legitimately rooting for the enemies at this point. I'm like, take down these Ravagers. Oh my God. They can't be killed again, can they? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They're not killable. We're going to have to go to difficulty 9. We're going to go further. I don't even think that my characters can take down I probably could take down the difficulty 9 hero nodes. Oh, we got a kill. Finally, Bruiser died. Bruiser died on level 8. Kicking it up to level 8 and Bruiser died. So I think we're going to have to take the Ravagers up to level 75. We're going to have to take them to level 75. But I don't know, maybe not. Because Stitcher's bringing them back. No, they are going down. I think they're finally going down. Thank God. Honestly, come on. This is ridiculous. Are they going to come back? All right, look, at this point, like I'd be worried about them going into the second node. I think at this point, all right, we got to take them up to level 75. All right, let's edit. I'm going to level them up. I'm going to level them up. All right, so just once again for reference, this went up to difficulty 7. This can handle difficulty 7. Level 70. Tier 13 Ravagers. No tier 4s. No tier 4s. Level 5 Isotope 8. Let's go to level 75, tier 14, and Isotope Blue. Still no tier 4s. All right, I'm going to power them up. Okay, we are powered up. Level 75, tier 14, and Blue ISO 8 level 3. Unfortunately, this is as far as I can go with this test because on the test server, I don't have all my gold orbs. So unfortunately, I had my cores, so I was able to make it happen, but this is as far as I can go. I don't know. Maybe next time we can do a little better on actually giving me the materials I need to fully test this stuff. Because I think this video is really cool. I'm having actually a blast doing this, but I'm a little limited by what I have available. All right, so this is going to be, difficulty 8. And now we've kicked these up. I mean, I think getting past here anyways is starting to get, unreasonable. Like, I don't think regular players are going to want to go to tier 15 on Ravagers, take them up to level 80, put tier 4s on them. I mean, you can go as crazy as you want. But if we can beat level 8, I think that I'm pretty happy with that. And, you should be too. I mean, that's a pretty low investment to get a 1 million point Scourge run or higher. I think 1 million points is definitely within your grasp if you can just do this. We're just going to I'm just going to put this on auto. That'll give me a good gauge of it. Maybe we'll even do the second node like this just to really make sure that this works. They look really unkillable now. They look super strong now. Just even with those extra 5 levels and the blue ISO, they're like ready to go. And this is something I could do on my account. Like I wouldn't even bat an eye to do this. This wouldn't even bother me whatsoever on my account. So, God, I feel silly now for putting resources into Hydra. I mean, whatever. It was fun. I was already close to it. It was less resources than I probably would have. I don't know. This is really cheap. This is really, really cheap. I might do this in addition. If I run into problems, if I want to do a really high run, I might want to use 2 squads of minions, and I would definitely do this in a heartbeat if I had a problem, if I get stuck or something. Just take your Ravager minions up to tier 14. They're going to cruise right through this, man. Yeah, they're just cutting through it like butter now. They are ridiculously strong. Dude, this team is nuts, crazy strong. All right, I'll edit and let you, we'll probably move on to the second node, quite honestly. This is doing so well. All right, we are nearing the end of the first node. No deaths, no problems, absurdly easy, minimal investment, tier 14, no tier 4s. I can't say it enough. It's just absurd how easy the minion section is with the Ravagers. I'm going to go on to the second node. It's getting crazy late. I'm shooting this late at night. So I'm going to have to wrap it up. I'm going to have to wrap this video up, but this is the easiest way to do it. Take your Ravagers up. All right, let's throw them at the second node. Hey, maybe they won't do well in the second node, but I think they're going to be fine. They're like basically invincible. Basically invincible. You, for whatever difficulty you're doing, however many scourges you're running, this is not going to be where you get stuck. You're going to get stuck on the non-legendary mutant or on legendary. Quite honestly, if you don't have insane legendaries, you're going to get stuck over there. That's a really hard section. Wakanda and Bionic Avenger sections, those are really simple. Nodes 5 and 10, I really cut through them, and I wasn't really even trying, even with the high amount of scourges. The leaderboards on this event are going to be really interesting. I think we're going to have people doing difficulty 10. And I think if you're going to run difficulty 10, then you might need to do something nuts. Like, those are going to be the people who are willing to put like tier 16 or maybe even tier 17 on there. I don't know. You probably don't need more than tier 15 level 90 on your Ravagers to run difficulty 10. I wanted to test that right here, but I just don't have the ability on the test server. I think, and maybe I'll do it on my own roster. Maybe some other one of these guys will run that, and I'll see it and go like, all right, fine, I'll join the club, and then I'll make a video about that. But for the purposes of regular players, don't have the luxury of just dropping, level 90, or maybe you're not even level 90, right? I'm already pushing it by taking characters up to level 80 or level 75. I feel like most of the players that I run into, that I talk to about these videos, are around level 60 to level 75. I know there's players higher than that on here, but I feel like a lot of veteran players have quit. And yeah, look, Ravagers are still cutting through second node's no different than the first. Like, the thing is, they're unkillable. You can't kill them. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter which buttons are pressed. I'm doing this on full auto. This wins. It's that simple. It's a gimme. I don't think there's a team where you can run. I don't think there's one minion you can run. I think this is the fewest amount of minions you can run. And yeah, this is going to carry you through. It's going to get you 1,000,000 points. So hopefully you've done it. Let me know down in the comments below. Did you get Archangel? Are you getting close? How are you doing? Did this video help you? If it helped you out, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and share it out there. Let people know they don't have to build. Boy, I really hope people didn't invest a whole bunch of materials into minions. I'm feeling like I overinvested right now in my stupid Hydra team. Like, there was no reason to do that. Literally tier 14 on these Ravager. I can't believe the tier 4 part. I would have thought for sure they would need some tier 4s on them. But here they are, just invincible, and they don't need it. All right, here is the final wave of the second node, and yeah, once again, invincible, can't lose. It takes time. Set it on auto and walk away. It's easy, everybody. No big deal. No big deal at all. I don't know if that was the way they originally intended it or if they nerfed this down at some point after the outrage. I don't know. I don't really care. My spirit's broken. Yeah, this is not the part of this scourge that you're going to struggle on. I think the part that's definitely going to get out of control is the mutant section. Hero section, I mean, you can throw your whole roster at it. Geez, you can use legendaries on it too, can't you? It's heroes, and you can even use legendary heroes. So just because there's a legendary section doesn't mean you can't use the legendary on the hero section. You can get through this, guys. I'm actually disappointed in you if you can't get 1,000,000 points on this Scourge. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Put your tier 14 on your Ravagers and get it done, okay? You can trust me on that. I'm Mr. Heartgrave. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, comment down below, and grave diggers keep digging. He told me that he thought we were selling out, laying down, sucking up to the